Mon Cinématographe est au 41e Festival de Deauville, le festival consacré au cinéma indépendant américain, avec une fois n'est pas coutume cette année, 2 acteurs britanniques sur le tapis rouge, les 2 stars du Seigneur des Anneaux, Ian McKellen, alias Gandalf, et Olrlando Bloom, alias Legolas, à qui un hommage précoce a été rendu. Ian McKellen était là pour un hommage également, mais aussi pour la présentation de son nouveau film, Mr.Holmes, un portrait intime et touchant du célèbre personnage créé par Conan Doyle. Nous avons pu le rencontrer sur le tapis rouge. Morceau choisi.
It was 30 years ago. Watson had left, and the tourists had come back to Baker Street to catch a glimpse of the real Sherlock Holmes.
Was that him? I have seen Sherlock Holmes with the hat and the pipe.
I prefer a cigar.
Did I watch any other Sherlock Holmes before trying my own? No. When you play Hamlet, forget the other Hamlets. It's going to be your turn. King Lear, it's your King Lear. Richard III, forget Laurence Olivier because he's done it, but you'll be your own Richard III. And I thought that was the same would be true of Sherlock Holmes. And of course I was blessed with the fact that our Sherlock Holmes, the real Sherlock Holmes, was not really like anybody else's Sherlock Holmes. So, 120 actors have played Sherlock Holmes. Well, I can't worry about them. I mean, they've done it, they've had their go. He is an old man, 93. My stepmother was 100 when she died. I'm 76. I think about death every day of my life. I've just thought about it now. So, 93 is not too far away. The fun of this part is that I play 2 ages. So I can appear to be a little more sprightly.
You've come about your wife.
How did you know?
When you're a detective and a man visits you, it's usually about his wife.
My Anne has changed.
The case made me see that human nature was a mystery that logic alone could not illuminate. My wits must be at their sharpest.
I'm very interested in the physique of the character. On stage, it is the silhouette, the entire body, which expresses the character. In cinema, of course, the camera is the closest audience you could possibly have. But there are long shots, there are walking shots, there are mid shots, and there's your opportunity, or my opportunity, to feel that I'm Sherlock Holmes all the way through. It's interesting that in film, you very, very rarely see the actor's feet. But it's a fact that everybody walks differently. We all look different, we all think differently, we all sound differently, and we all walk differently. I love people's walks. And sometimes actors just do one walk in all the parts they play. And so I'm interested in the body. So that's usually how I get into a part. How does he walk? How does he listen? What money has he got in his pocket? All those things. Monsieur Hulot be without his walk. Not necessarily as Richard III, where would he be without the walk? Meryl Streep in everything she's ever played. The walk.
Are you going to go back to the case?
One shouldn't leave this life without a sense of completion.
I think it was that it's never too late. However old you are, there's still a possibility of changing, of discovering yourself. So never give up. I think that's the message of the film. I like that.
Un grand merci à Bruno Bard et Jérôme Lasserre de m'avoir invité à Deauville, le plus sympathique de tous les festivals. My thanks to Bruno Bard and Jérôme Lasserre for bringing me to Deauville, the most friendly of all festivals, and so handy for us English. Dans Gods and Monsters, mon personnage a résumé notre métier comme cela. Faire des films est la chose la plus incroyable au monde. My character in Gods and Monsters spoke my favourite words about the film industry. Making movies is the most wonderful thing in the world. Pouvoir travailler avec les amis et divertir le monde, working with friends, entertaining people. Thank you. Au revoir.
What did you find?
My courage.
Good. You'll need it.
There is no king under the mountain, nor will there ever be.
It will not end here.
With every victory, this evil will grow.
I was cast in Lord of the Rings a couple of days before I left drama school. That was an incredible gift for a young actor. It was like an education in film, working with Peter Jackson and the likes of Ian McKellen, who I know is here as well, and other phenomenal actors. So it was really an interesting period of opportunity that presented themselves, and I was in the right place at the right time, as it were. It's an interesting thing to have been part of such a three huge trilogies, because people have a very fixed idea of you. When you try to shift the opinion, it's much harder than you may think. I'm certainly excited by what happens in the independent film business. It's actually a very tricky business to get into. You'd be surprised. And I think the film industry is in a very different place than it has been. So it's ever growing and ever overcoming obstacles, but it's an interesting time. And some of my favorite films are the films I see in the independent industry. So I'm a huge fan of French cinema and of French film directors, actors, and even French audiences, because you have a level of a quality of appreciation for film that is unlike anywhere else in the world. Actually, I heard that Jacques Audiard is doing his next film in English, so I'd like to ask Jacques Audiard right now if there's a part for me. It doesn't matter how big or small. The Beat My Heart Skipped is one of my favourite films, The Prophet, Rustin Bone. I'm a huge fan. So if he's watching, I believe, if he reads about this, I'm a huge fan of his.
Mesdames et messieurs, je vous remercie pour le grand honneur que vous m'accordez. Et c'est une grande joie d'être ici avec vous à Deauville. C'est fantastique, merci.
Bravo!
And as the little prince said, il est très simple, on ne voit bien qu'avec le cœur. L'essentiel est invisible pour les yeux.